Picture a single piece of technology so disruptive it could unravel decades of Western automotive dominance in a matter of years. And the most astonishing part, this isn't some distant prediction or science fiction headline. It's unfolding right now, in factories across China, while the rest of the world is still debating charging standards. Could a new generation of engines coming out of Shenzhen, Shanghai, and Hefei really threaten the survival of giants like Tesla, Volkswagen, Toyota, and General Motors? And what does it mean for the cars sitting in your driveway 5 years from now? How China set the stage. Rewind to the early 2000s, and China was staring down two brutal problems at the same time. Its cities were choking under thick layers of smog, and its economy was dangerously tied to imported crude oil flowing in from unstable regions. Beijing's leadership made a calculation almost no other government was willing to make. Rather than pour endless resources into refining gasoline engines the Germans and Japanese had already perfected, they placed an enormous bet on an industry that barely existed yet: electric mobility. At the time, Western executives laughed it off as a niche hobby for eco-enthusiasts. That laughter aged poorly. The government launched Program 863, rolling out aggressive research funding for clean energy platforms. A few years later came the New Energy Vehicle Roadmap. And by 2010, sweeping consumer subsidies and manufacturer grants were lighting a fire under the entire sector. Shenzhen electrified every single one of its 16,000 public buses by 2017, becoming the first megacity on the planet to run a fully electric fleet. Then came the dual credit system in 2017, which essentially forced every automaker operating in China to build electric vehicles or pay competitors who did. That single policy restructured an entire industry overnight. The engine that changed everything. Here's where the story really sharpens. For years, the electric motor inside most EVs was treated as a solved problem. Copper windings, permanent magnets, a rotor. Nothing revolutionary. Chinese engineers refused to accept that. What's emerging now from companies like BYD, Huawei Digital Power, and Innovators is a new class of high-speed electric motor that spins past 20,000 revolutions per minute while staying cooler, quieter, and dramatically more efficient than anything currently rolling out of Western factories. These motors use ultra-thin silicon steel laminations, oil-cooled rotor cores, and advanced hairpin winding techniques that pack more copper into a smaller housing. The result is a unit that delivers more torque per kilogram, loses less energy as waste heat, and costs significantly less to manufacture at scale. When you combine that motor with a matched silicon carbide inverter, you suddenly get 10 to 15% more range from the exact same battery pack. That's not an incremental gain. That's a knockout punch in an industry where every extra mile of range is fought over like trench warfare. Why this hurts Tesla, VW, and BMW. Now think about what this does to the established players. Tesla built its empire on being the first mover. Volkswagen and BMW leaned on their premium branding and decades of driving dynamics. But none of that matters when a Chinese rival ships a comparable sedan for 30% less money, with a drivetrain that's newer, lighter, and cheaper to produce. BYD's revenue in a single recent quarter cracked $28 billion, surpassing Tesla in total unit sales. XPeng, NIO, and Zeekr are flooding European showrooms with vehicles that undercut Audi and Mercedes by staggering margins. Ford's chief executive went on record admitting that Chinese manufacturers are now doing exactly what American automakers did a century ago, building better products at lower costs and at ferocious speed. Even Elon Musk has warned publicly that without protective tariffs, Chinese automakers could demolish their Western competition in open markets. That's a stunning admission from someone who spent a decade insisting no one could out-engineer Tesla. The battery advantage nobody talks about. Pairing this new engine with China's battery dominance is where things get genuinely scary for competitors. Batteries account for roughly a third of what an electric vehicle costs to build, and right now China produces over 70% of the world's lithium-ion cells. CATL alone supplies Tesla, BMW, Mercedes, Ford, and dozens of other brands. Their latest offering, known as the Shenzhen battery, can reportedly add nearly 600 kilometers of range in just 10 minutes at a fast charger. BYD's Blade battery, built on cobalt-free lithium iron phosphate chemistry, has become the gold standard for safety and longevity, surviving nail penetration tests that torch traditional cells. And that's just what's on the market today. Solid-state battery prototypes from CATL, WeLion, and Gotion are inching toward mass production, promising ranges beyond 800 kilometers per charge and charge times that rival filling a gas tank. When that technology lands, range anxiety disappears as a concept, and the company that controls the battery controls the entire future of transportation. The hidden cost of the green revolution. Beneath all the gleaming showroom floors and sleek factory footage, there's a less comfortable reality worth examining. Producing 1 ton of lithium requires close to 500,000 gallons of water, and entire communities in the lithium triangle of Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina are watching their groundwater tables collapse. Cobalt, another critical mineral, comes largely from the Democratic Republic of Congo, where mining conditions are frequently tied to exploitation and child labor. So when people call electric vehicles green, it deserves an asterisk. China is aware of this contradiction and is actively investing in closed-loop recycling infrastructure through CATL and BYD, where lithium, nickel, and cobalt are recovered and reused. Second life applications are pushing older EV batteries into grid storage and charging stations, extending their usable life by years. But the truth is simple. Demand is exploding faster than recycling can keep up, which means the world will keep digging, refining, and processing at unprecedented scale. China isn't waiting for the world to solve this. They're racing toward cobalt-free chemistries and solid-state alternatives that could finally break the dirty dependency cycle. How the West is responding. Western governments are finally waking up, and the response has been chaotic at best. The European Union has imposed new tariffs on Chinese EV imports, ranging anywhere from 17 to nearly 35% depending on the manufacturer. The United States went even further, slapping triple-digit duties on Chinese electric vehicles to keep them off American roads entirely. But tariffs only buy time. They don't close the technology gap. Meanwhile, the Inflation Reduction Act in the US and Europe's Critical Raw Materials Act are pouring billions into domestic battery plants, lithium refineries, and motor manufacturing. Ford, GM, and Stellantis have all announced massive EV investments, though several have since quietly scaled back as consumer demand shifted slower than expected. Toyota is racing to bring its own solid-state battery to market before the end of the decade. Volkswagen has restructured its entire software division after repeated failures. The common thread is obvious. Everyone is scrambling to avoid becoming the next Kodak, the next Nokia, the next cautionary tale of a giant that failed to pivot when the ground shifted underneath them. What comes next for the industry? Looking ahead, the competition isn't just about who builds the better car anymore. It's about who controls the full energy ecosystem, raw materials, refining, cell chemistry, motor design, software, charging networks, and grid integration. China has spent 20 years quietly assembling every piece of that puzzle. Huawei is now embedding its intelligent driving platform into vehicles from half a dozen domestic brands. Xpeng's Kunpeng hybrid system reportedly delivers over 1,400 kilometers of combined range, solving the infrastructure problem in developing markets where charging stations are scarce. NIO is scaling its battery swap stations across Europe, offering a 3-minute full charge alternative that Western automakers abandoned years ago. This isn't just a car industry story anymore. It's the foundation of how humanity will move, heat homes, store renewable electricity, and power data centers for the rest of the 21st century. Whoever wins this race doesn't just sell cars. They set the rules for the next global energy economy. And right now, the pace being set in China is one that almost nobody else can match. Thanks for sticking with me all the way to the end. If this deep dive into China's engine revolution gave you something to think about, drop a comment below with your take. Share the video with someone who still thinks EVs are a fad. And tap subscribe so the next story lands in your feed the moment it goes live. See you in the next one.